My, what a day today has been, but it's been a good day. How's your day going today? Let me know down in the comments. Hello there, people of the internet. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. Who's got 2 thumbs and is doing alright? This guy. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the perks to having a bolt action gun, or what most people consider, a hunting rifle, versus some sort of semi-automatic firearm whenever you're traveling around. Now, anyone who watches this channel of any significance knows that I do a lot of traveling, especially with my Cougar. I'm going to be doing a lot more. I'm going to be filming it. It's going to be a great time. If you want to be around for that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But let's go ahead and get down to the nitty-gritty here. The rifles I have for this example are my Santa Fe Jungle Carbine. This right here is a number 5 lookalike, not an actual number 5. This is built off a number 1 Mark III Star, 1942 production Enfield. Although it looks very cool and is incredibly comfortable to shoot, these are not very valuable. The AR-15 that I will be presenting as my rifle that you probably shouldn't travel around with, depending on the situation. I have an OmniMax hybrid polymer receiver, also of the cheaper spectrum, unless we're considering prices of them right now, because everyone's panic buying. But I picked this up for like 350 bucks a while ago, and I could tell just from handling it that it's, as cheap of an AR-15 as you can get your hands on. So I chose 2 very, very cheap rifles here, but are complete opposites in terms of the mindsets of most Americans. Alright, now whenever I go traveling, I always keep a rifle in my vehicle. A lot of people will argue not to do that because if you don't have some sort of firearm in your vehicle, then if somebody breaks in there, they don't have access to that gun. I understand that wholeheartedly. That's why every single time that I travel around, I always make sure that my car is in my field of view at all times. Whether or not I'm sitting at a restaurant, whether or not I'm at a hotel, I will find a way to make sure my car is in my view to where I can keep an eye on it. But I will keep some sort of rifle inside of my vehicle at all times. I also have my, sidearm that I carry with me, my CCW, but it is important to have a rifle with you as well. Now, when traveling around, if by some chance, for some reason, somebody spots the rifle inside of your vehicle, and let's say they are like most Americans, not all, but there's a good percentage of Americans that are uncomfortable with the idea of an AR-15. These people are just misinformed, and they need to reevaluate their ideology whenever it comes to firearms. But if somebody like that sees this rifle, by some chance, maybe you're in your trunk moving some shit around, maybe you're going through your back seat and you have it hidden somewhere. I don't know how you guys, travel around with your firearms inside of your vehicle, but if by some chance somebody sees it and they're not a fan of the AR-15, that might cause you some problems. Or they're not a fan of the assault rifle, that might cause you some problems. If you insist on having a semi-automatic, I definitely recommend getting yourself a Ruger Mini 14 or something with a wood stock if you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. Like I said, I do a lot of traveling. And although I don't agree with the mindsets of these people, they are entitled to their own opinion just as I am entitled to mine. But let's say you're rummaging around and somebody spots, say, your bolt-action wood stock rifle. They're probably going to be significantly less intimidated if they come across that, bolt-action wood stock rifle versus seeing an AR-15 in your vehicle, especially if you have multiple AR-15s in your vehicle. If that happens, then some red flags might pop up and you might find yourself in a little bit of trouble. Now, I'm certain I'm going to get some blowback on this because the point of having an AR-15 in a vehicle is for defensive purposes, unless you're a criminal. If that's the case, then you really don't care what people think about you. But the idea of an AR-15, defensive purposes if you have it inside your vehicle. If you have a bad guy with an AR-15 doing bad things to civilians or good people or your family or whatever the hell, you want the best possible firepower that you can possess. And an AR-15 is definitely one of the best defensive tools that anyone can own. Anyone in the civilian sector, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for here. If that dude's got an AR-15, you're going to want one as well. You're not going to want to go up against some guy with an AR-15 with a bolt gun or just your CCW. But the fact of the matter is, we've all seen the statistics. If you're here, you're in the gun community, and you know the actual statistics on how often somebody uses any sort of rifle to take life or to cause crimes or anything like that. 99.99999% of the time, it's a handgun. And if you find yourself in a position where a bad guy is doing bad things 99.9999% of that 1%, you are not going to be in your vehicle next to your firearm to be able to grab it. Think about it. If you're out in a public space somewhere and somebody starts causing trouble, you're not gonna get up, run to the parking lot, and grab whatever firearm it is that you have in your vehicle, come back and deal with the problem. You're going to draw the sidearm, which is about 1.5 seconds away versus, you know, the 3-minute jog to the parking lot. Unless you're the kind of guy to sit in your car staring at, you know, a restaurant, waiting for something bad to happen, gripping your AR-15, just always prepared. But I don't foresee that happening. The only experience I have ever had whenever it comes to traveling around with a firearm inside of my vehicle is most of that time it is used for recreational purposes. Of course, if you break out a firearm to use it for recreational purposes, odds are whoever it is that you're with would probably be alright with you using an AR-15 as well. Of course, it's the people that would not be alright with it that would be the problem. Not only that, but if you're traveling around with an AR-15, you're very, very, very limited on where it is that you'll be able to go. There's a lot of extra liberal states that I would never ever consider living in, but that I would love to visit, and probably will on numerous occasions, especially whenever I'm driving around my Cougar, but I can't go into these states with an AR-15 that has a standard capacity magazine. They would not like me. Now, if you're just traveling, you know, around in your own state or gun-friendly states or, you know, anywhere that would not have any issues with an AR-15, by all means, go ahead and carry that around as much as you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I'm saying, with the traveling that I do, it's not a good idea. It's just not a good idea. And if by some chance somebody starts causing me problems and my sidearm isn't enough and I have to get the rifle, or perhaps they're at a big enough distance for me to be able to get that rifle, then I will gladly take something that has a stock that I can press on my shoulder so I have multiple points of contact to greatly increase the accuracy of distance shooting. Distance shooting with handguns is not the easiest. But I digress. I'm getting a little off topic here. I hope that the points I've been making have at least been points that people can understand to some extent. The odds of you needing to defend yourself are slim as it is, and the odds of you needing a rifle versus your handgun are even slimmer, and the odds of you being able to get to that rifle to defend yourself versus the sidearm that you carry on person is even slimmer than that. The odds of somebody not liking the fact that you're carrying an AR-15 versus, you know, a Ruger Mini 14 or a bolt gun or any kind of woodstock non-scary black rifle, the odds of that are pretty much significantly higher than anybody causing issues in a way that will allow you to use the AR-15 in your vehicle to stop them from doing whatever it is that they're doing. Now, if you do decide to carry a bolt gun, I definitely recommend one that has a 5-round capacity, because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't done it in such a long time, but hunting trips are a very, very fun time, and if you go hunting, your rifle cannot hold more than 5 rounds. So if you have, you know, a bolt gun or something like that that you carry around with you, keep a 5-round magazine for it. I mean, I have, you know, my 10-round mags. I have plenty of things that I carry for the rifles that I carry with me, But I've got that 5-round capacity magazine as well, just in case I feel like, you know, going out and grabbing a deer. I figure if I'm in that state, may as well. If it's legal. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, legal ramifications that come with doing things in different states. All right, I've rambled on long enough. What we're gonna do now, since I'm sure that people are wanting to see me actually fire these rifles, I can't come to the gun range and not actually shoot these. We're gonna step out to a distance. I'm gonna set up camera B down here because people like camera B. They like being able to see the steel get shot. I got it spray painted, a nice bright neon pink, so I'll be able to see it no problem. We're gonna step out to about 100 yards, which is not very far at all for the rifles that I'm gonna be firing, but that is pretty significantly far for my eyesight. If I wanna, you know, head out to any further distance, I'm gonna need a rifle that has a scope on it. All right, without further ado, let me find my camera B, and we'll step out to this distance, lob some lead, and just have a good time at this point. All right, well, we have rain starting to fall, and camera B doesn't have a cover covering all the electronics and the battery and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead, lob some lead real quick, and then I'll continue to talk. As if I haven't talked your ears off enough in this video. So today, what the hell is that? I'm rocking some 303 Brit, hard to find, very expensive right now. Please subscribe. I think I've earned this because I've got 5 rounds loaded in this rifle, and people are wanting like over $3.50 a round for 303 right now. Ludicrously expensive, I'm telling you what. And this is just the cheap steel case stuff. But I have no doubts that we'll be able to hit our target out at the 100 yards that we're at here. I don't know if I hit it or not. Well, I hit it that time. I don't know what I hit, but man, that looked cool. There we go. Whoa, that's a big spot on that thing now. And I hit the concrete on that one. There's the wind. I feel rain. Don't worry, camera B. I'm coming. Just hold out. All right. Just like with that, I got cheapo steel case ammunition in this AR-15. I'm also trying to figure out which mags do and do not work, so I'm just gonna grab random mags and see which ones function. This is an old Colt mag, so I imagine it's going to work, but I'm not sure. I know I have several K mags, and I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 of those don't work either. But this Colt pony should run just fine. Okay, there's some firing, there's some shooting for you. Turn this off, mag's empty, gun's empty. Drop the bolt, dust cover open, don't need no water in there. All right, I'm gonna grab camera B. All right, a few extra points I want to make here before we head out of here. One of the perks of the Jungle Carbine, whenever I do travel around with it, it holds 10 rounds. It is pretty reliable for the most part, and it's not an expensive gun. I think I paid like 200 bucks for that thing. They're not very desirable because they're just clones of the Jungle Carbine. There's people who have these and think because they're clones of the Jungle Carbine that they're worth what the Jungle Carbine is. They're not. They never are. Anyway, if you are going to carry any sort of firearm, not just rifles, always make sure that you have, you know, decent ammo, because if it comes to needing to defend yourself or something like that, you're going to want decent ammo. I have some decent PPU brass 303 that runs through that rifle absolutely beautifully, but my cheap steel case stuff is what I burn at the range. I say cheap. $3.50 a round. Like, God, at that price, I may as well get something stupidly exotic. Alright, well, the rain is starting to pick up. Camera B was not destroyed though, so huge perks on that. Those who haven't seen me do this, anytime you're using earmuffs at the gun range and you don't want to carry them around, just throw them around your ankle. It works great. I see a huge black mark on our steel silhouette down there. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to watch the camera B footage to figure out how the hell that happened. that being said, thanks for watching, guys. If you found anything valuable in this video, let me know down below, or if you have any insight that you want to add, by all means, I'm all ears. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, actually like the video, liking and subscribing definitely helps out. Check out the description down below. You're going to find a link to social medias and Discords and my second gaming channel where I get drunk, play video games. Okay, yada yada yada. I am probably going to go shoot something else because I'm having fun shooting, but I also want to make content, and I also don't want to spend stupid amounts of money on ammunition. Man, I can't wait for the ammo shortage to die back down. Combine the ammo shortage with the fact that 303 is not, I mean, it is modern production, but it's not nearly as numerous of a production as like 223 or 9mm. Combine that with the fact that we had a whole mess of 303 rifles imported into the United States recently. And wow, the game to get 303 ammo it's on. It is on, and people are fighting for it, and people are wanting stupid amounts of money for it. Like, I could make a living just manufacturing 303 ammo. I wish I had the means to do so, but I don't, so it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna go find something else to shoot and another video to make. You guys go off, have a fantastic day. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. Shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.